Hey everybody, Lady B here. I hope you can hear this because of the traffic going by. But everybody knows what this flower is. It's a violet, and I've got them all over my yard. And I can't show you all of it because I picked some of it. But if you want to see a whole bunch of it, Hillbillies in the Bush did a video out here in the front yard about all the wild edibles. I'll put a link down below to his channel. But I was curious to see how many there was, and there was some that I didn't have the slightest clue what they were. But I'm going to have to study up on it. But anyhow, I am going to make some violet jelly. And I'm going to take you all around with me to let you see how it turns out. So we'll be back in just a little bit. And we're back again. I went out in the yard last night, and I was actually out there after dark picking some violet petals. And I had this container almost full of violets. And I brought them in and put 2 cups of boiling water over them. Let them steep for 24 hours. And this is what I got. 2 cups. And that's a real pretty color. Let's see if we can get up the light to see. See how pretty blue? Okay. Now it says it turns purple when we add a 1/4 cup of lemon juice. So we'll give it a shot and try. Oh, look at that. It did. Ooh, that is pretty. Hold that up to the light if I can do it without spilling it. Look how the color changed. It's going to be pretty. Okay, I have got my jars and lids and everything in the pot. Now, I didn't have a rack to put in the bottom, so I just put a washcloth down in there. But I'm going to keep them hot until it's ready to go. But to this, I'm going to add in this pan the violet infusion is what they call it. And to that, I'm going to add 4 cups of sugar. Now that's a pretty color. And I'm going to take this over here on the stove. And I'm going to put it on to boil. And we'll be back with you in just a little bit. Okay, I just put this on the stove to start the boiling process. It hasn't got warm yet. But one thing I did forget to tell you, and of course you've got common sense, so you probably already know, but you strain the violet petals or flowers after the 24 hours or however long you leave it to steep. But I left mine for 24 hours. And we'll bring this up to a boil, and we'll show you in a little bit what it looks like. Okay, everybody, we're back. Directions said to bring us to a rolling boil, something that can't be stirred down. And I think we're just about there. I think I'll leave this for just a few more minutes yet. I'm always really leery, actually scared to death that it won't turn out. But if it turns out or if it's a fail, then we'll see. I'll take you on the trip whether it's good or bad. Never tried anything but apple jelly, and I made that last fall, and it turned out really good. But a really good friend of mine, Bear's here, She lives out of my state, out of my area, but we've got to know each other pretty good, talking on Facebook. And I've been trying to talk her into doing videos because she has so much to offer. I mean, she is just amazing. She doesn't waste anything. And I've been telling her she has a wealth of information in her head that she needs to share with the rest of us by making videos. And so far I haven't had any luck, but she's starting to think about it, so we'll see. Okay, I'm going to get ready to add the pectin. I hope I waited long enough, but here goes. See if I squeeze every drop out of it. Kind of slimy stuff, isn't it? I've never used a liquid pectin before. But there's a first time for everything, I guess. Now we have to get this back up to a rolling boil again. Starting to feel thick already. But we'll be back in just a little bit. We're up to a rolling boil again. And said to set the timer for 2 minutes. Okay, we got the timer started. Now that's really a rolling boil. Smells pretty good. I hope it tastes as good as it smells. I'll let this timer work its way down, and we'll be back in just a little bit. Okay, we've taken the jelly out of, or off the stove, and I'm going to pour it into the jars, and hope like heck it turns out. Put this over here a little bit closer. It's a pretty color if nothing else. Okay, I'm sure you've all seen everybody do all this. So I'm going to cut you off for now, and I'll be back when I get them all done. Okay, my timer is getting ready to go off. I set my timer at 15 minutes to process because my water wasn't quite at a rolling boil when I set the timer. But it's getting ready to go off, and we'll see how this turns out. Before I put it in the canner, or actually my stock pot, I put the jelly in the jars, wiped the rims, there goes my timer. Then I put the hot lids and rings on, tightened it down just finger tight, and put them into process. And now I'll set you over here and we'll turn the fire off, and we'll take them out of the can. Not as purple as I thought it was going to get. But it's still pretty, still different. And I've never even heard of violet jelly until Bear's here. was talking to me about doing it. And oddly enough, she's supposed to be doing some about the same time. She probably got hers done probably before I did. But that is such a pretty color. And I'm really anxious to see how it turns out. But I want to thank you all for watching. Take care. Oh, there goes one ping. That's a good sound to a canner. But y'all take care. Thanks for watching. Talk to you later. Bye. Like Jaden 0 says, it's not the end. Thought I'd bring you back and show you. These only been setting for a couple of hours, and they're thickening pretty good. By the time they finish cooling, I think they'll be fine. Anyhow, just want to thank Bears here for my inspiration. Appreciate it. Now this is the end. Take care. Bye.